So we'll go now to the presentation for the Lawrence Jackson Writers Award, and to make that presentation I'm going to call on writer, director, producer, and the communications officer with ArtsNL, Joshua Jameson.
Well, thank you very much, James, and thank you as well to Rebecca and to everybody who has been involved in what's been a really entertaining night of readings. I'm very excited to be here in my capacity as communications officer with ArtsNL to present the 2018 Lawrence Jackson Writers Award. I'd actually like to call Willow up to the stage to join me. And this is the 19th presentation of the Lawrence Jackson Writers Award. I've had the pleasure of doing 8 of them, and some of its past recipients are here tonight, so that's very exciting. The Lawrence Jackson Writers Award comes with a $500 cash award, and it encourages and promotes original and creative thought in all genres of writing. It honors the memory of writer Lawrence Jackson, and it's sponsored by his wife Laura and children Willow, Holly, and banned with generous contributions from family and friends to the Lawrence Jackson Trust Fund. So I know we're fairly tight on time, and James has done an incredible job of keeping us on track tonight, so I'm going to honor that and make sure that we get right to the big news. And to do that, I'm going to turn the mic over to Willow for a quick second.
Thank you very much. I'll also keep it brief. So I'm honored to be here on behalf of the Jackson family and let you know that the recipient of this year's award is Susie Taylor. I'm just going to say a really quick thank you. Thank you to the Arts Council of Newfoundland and Labrador, and thank you so much to the Jackson family. I know that Lawrence Jackson loved the nature of this place, and although I don't always write about the nature of this place, I always write in nature. 90% of what I write, I do when I'm walking and looking at the amazing landscape around me. So this means the world to me. Thank you very much. So it's 1990 in suburban Ontario, and Daisy, the protagonist, is 15 years old. And Jude and Daisy are headed to their friend Wanda's house, and Wanda's parents are having their Christmas party. And Wanda's parents are transplanted Newfoundlanders, and they know how to party. Jude and I show up at Wanda's, and her parents are already a bit drunk and being all kissy-kissy in the kitchen. Wanda drags us into her room where we change into our festive outfits and abandon our sleeping bags. We all wear sparkly eyeshadow. I wear my hair down and let Wanda go at it with her mom's ancient crimper. Her parents are blasting Steve Miller and Leonard Skinner. Her mom has said we can each have 3 glasses of her Pepsi Punch, but no more. I don't want to have to deal with a bunch of puking teenagers tonight, okay, girls? Wanda smokes in front of her parents. It feels weird to be standing in the kitchen sharing an ashtray with them. I can hardly taste any booze in the first glass of Wanda's mom's punch. Wanda waits till her mom is reading guests, then pours us a second glass with an extra glug of rum from the bottle her dad has been mixing his drinks with. I'm sitting on the couch between Wanda's mom and her friend Juanita. Juanita hands me her smoke and I take a drag. Men, Juanita says, getting in close. The thing is, the most important thing to remember. She points her finger at the burning cigarette at me, then she stops mid-sentence and bounces up off the couch, patting my knee. She rushes over and throws her arms around a couple of women who just walked into the room. The house is shaking with music and full of smoke. A couple of guys with guitars and are competing with the songs Wanda's dad is playing on the stereo. Wanda, Jude, and I escape the heat of the house and head out into the backyard for a smoke. Wanda's cousins Bill and Craig are already outside smoking a joint. Little cousin Wanda. Bill pulls her in for a hug. Who are these lovely ladies, your babysitters? he says, teasing her. Give us a hit, Craig, Wanda pouts at him. Too late, Craig says, and pinches out the end of the joint and sticks the remnant in a small tin he takes from his pocket. Here, kid, says Bill, when Craig hits inside first. Bill's not that much older than Wanda. He hands her a thin white joint. Merry Christmas. Wanda ceremoniously wets a joint. She puts it in her mouth and draws it out between pursed lips. So it doesn't canoe, she tells us sagely. Are you sure this is a good idea, Jude asks. We'll be fine. I've smoked it loads of times before. The lie floats from Wanda's lips without any hesitation. I don't feel anything. I stand around, not feeling anything. Then I start giggling. I giggle at everything. I look at Jude and I'm going to tell her something really funny and I forget what it is and I think this is hilarious. I laugh so hard that I can't tell her what I forgot I was going to tell her in the first place. Juanita pokes her head out the back door. Shh, act normal, hisses Wanda. You okay, girls? Juanita observes us. She's swaying slightly in the door and everyone is singing to Meatloaf in the background. She looks angelic. The glow of the house lights illuminates the smoke pooling in the doorway behind her. You look like an angel, I tell her. Jude and Wanda are laughing so hard that snot is bubbling out of Wanda's nose. Juanita laughs. You fucking kids, get your shit together before your mother sees you. Wanda, your eyes are like fucking saucers. The music inside is calming down and we can hear Krista Berg mellowing out the party. When we go in, couples are shuffling together in the middle of the living room and intense conversations are taking place in the kitchen. I have no idea what time it is. Wanda grabs a bowl of cheesies and a bag of chips. We head to her room. Jude goes looking for dip and returns with a jar of mayonnaise. We use a spoon we find in a bowl under Wanda's bed to smear mayo on our chips. The party continues outside Wanda's door. Her mom pokes her head in to make sure we are all accounted for, then we hear her laughing in the kitchen. The conversation ebbs and flows, and eventually the stereo goes off and there's the sound of one acoustic guitar and a few earnest voices singing Blowin' in the Wind in Sunny's Dream. In the morning, I wake up stiff on Wanda's floor with my head resting on a stuffed pink hippopotamus. Jude and Wanda are both snoring away. I look at the clock radio on Wanda's bedside table and see it's already 10. Everything smells like smoke, including Hippie, who has been holding my delicate head. I am vaguely concerned that movement might make me puke. My mouth is oily with mayo residue. When I come out of Wanda's room, I can hear voices in the kitchen. Wanda's dad and a couple of his buddies are drinking beer at the table. Harry the dog, he says, grinning at me through bloodshot eyes. You need a ride, Daisy? Billy here is about to head off. Billy raises his head from where he's been resting and on the table. No, I'm all right, thanks. The walk will do me good. Thanks for having me. I fumble getting my boots laced up and then step into the cool, clean air.